Hi teacher, today I will tell you about Saul. He is a serious, intelligent, studious, reserved, calm, and attentive boy. He is struggling to achieve his dreams. He is intelligent, a great human being, loyal, generous, and in solidarity with the people that the most wants. He gives himself to love and knows how to love very beautifully. He is humble, cheerful, and keen. He was very interested and curious to know me more about him. So I interviewed him about personal life. He very kindly agreed to answer the interview. So I started that interview. Reported speech or reported of the interview conducted. To start this interview, I asked him what his full name was, and they told me that his full name was Saul Castro Ramos. I asked Saul how old he was, and they told me that he was 20 years old. I told him that when it was his birthday, and he told me that it was on February 18. Very excited. I told him that my birthday was 4 days before, and that one day we could celebrate our birthday together. Later, I asked him with whom and where lived, and he told me that I currently lived with father and his younger brother, and that he lived in the city Puebla. I asked him how we hold define himself a person, and he told me that he would define himself a serious person with few friendly, strong in emotions, and who understand the broad meaning of life very well, to break the ice. I continued with the interview, and I asked him about his hobbies, and he told me that he loved to play soccer, especially soccer, and that he practiced it 2 weeks. Later, I asked him what he was studying, and he told me that he was studying for a bachelor's degree in primary education. And I asked him what was the reason he had closer than degree, and they told me 2 reasons. The first reason he chose to study the degree in primary education is because almost all of his family are teachers, which inspiring him to follow the same step. And the second reason is because child very problematic and received insults and was humbled by teachers, and they made comments such as, "You will not be enjoying and you will not achieve anything in life that make it his life, and he would like to change that mindset of thinking of a teacher." I asked him about his favorite color, and he told me that favorite color was black because it's a color that combines with everything. And the interview continued, and I asked him about his plans for the future, and he told me that he was many plans for the future. The main one was to have a family and a stable job, and that rest is the least important. And finally, I asked him if there was any prize I thought that inspired him to continue, and he told me that his praise that motivates him to continue his following. He lives at his feet were the last day. So we conclude our interview. We said goodbye, and Saul told me that it was a pleasure to do interview, that it was not a goodbye but a see you soon. Thank you.